With the Scram 411, Royal Enfield presents a modified Himalayan as a scrambler bike for less than €5,000 on the road. Marcus and Dietmar have checked out where the differences between the Scram 411 and the Himalayan lie and how the newer Scram 411 compares. Great look. First positive surprise, the Scram 411 looks great, as it stands at 2 rad staty, our Royal Enfield dealer in Pinneberg. Due to the missing disc, the 19-inch front wheel and the course tires, by the way from C80, an Indian manufacturer, an adventure bike actually becomes a scrambler, at least visually. Other differences to the Himalayan include a slightly different cockpit and slightly shortened spring travel. Everything else is like the Himalayan, but the Scram 411 has to do without the practical luggage rack. Instead, there are sturdy grab handles for the passenger, to which you can of course also attach a luggage roll. The Royal Enfield Scram 411 is available in 5 colors. We had the very nice white-red version, White Flame, available for testing. They are also available in silver black and in 3 shades of gray. No matter which color combination you choose, the Scram 411 always looks good. The gray versions cost a cheap €4,990. The 2 color versions are available for €5,190. The seat test is completely reminiscent of the Himalayan. You sit upright and enjoy a normal knee angle despite a rather low seat height of 795 mm. Even smaller people can easily get their legs on the ground, and the passenger also has enough space. The view to the front is a bit different than with the Himalayan, because the cockpit is smaller and the windscreen is missing. Typical scrambler, nicely reduced. The cockpit of the Scram 411 consists of an analog speedometer plus an LC display with gear and fuel level indicator, as well as a small onboard computer plus the practical navigation display, which we already know from the Meteor. To navigate you need an app on your smartphone. The display is limited to arrows that show you the direction. Simple but well done, which could also be said about the entire bike. Apart from a 2-channel ABS from Bosch, the Scram 411 does not have much else to offer. With 24 horsepower, however, the question also arises as to why you would need traction control, for example. Driving modes? Wheelie control? The Scram driver laughs about this. We don't need anything. But then we would have found the main stand of the Himalayan, which RE gave itself at the Scram. Okay, a center stand does not belong to a scrambler and you also save a few kilos of weight, but still a pity. Beautifully mocking and typical single-cylinder sound, which sounds like more than it actually is. Because the Scram 411 has a displacement of a surprise, 411 cubic centimeters and only 24 horsepower or 32 Nm torque at 4,500 RPM. The top speed is specified as 127 km per hour. These are values that are only slightly above 125 level. Since the Scram weighs 194 kg ready to drive, the driving performance is correspondingly poor. Overtaking maneuvers you like to think twice here, and with passenger and luggage you leave it anyway. Better to use the slipstream of the truck and glide behind. Seriously, of course, the Scram 411 does not tear out trees, it is really slow. This was already the case with the Himalayan, and did it bother us? No. You know this anyway before you start your journey and therefore have no expectations in this regard, so you will not be disappointed. On the contrary, you rather enjoy the area, the fresh wind around your nose and the smell of freshly mown grass. If you drive to your loved one, you can even quickly pick a bouquet of flowers, even while driving. Which Ducati rider can say that? Even the usual test of brakes, chassis, etc. can actually be given here. It all works, it drives comfortably, and that's it. Where other people are happy about lap records thanks to quickshifter, we are happy about a hazard warning lights as standard. The Royal Enfield Scram 411 is the personified reduction in its purest form. Nothing about this bike is superfluous, hardly anything can break, and it is cheap to buy and maintain. It consumes only 3 liters per 100 kilometers per hour, so you only refuel a bit every 3 weeks. More deceleration is not possible, and nevertheless, or precisely because of this machine is incredibly fun. You don't have to be ashamed of the ice cream parlor because the Scram 411 looks outrageously good and everyone finds it at least sympathetic.